What's up, YouTube Combat here, and today I want to talk about the controversy surrounding the brand new Pepsi ad starring Kendall Jenner because, well, it's enraged a lot of people, both on the right and the left of the political spectrum. They're upset about something, and I've watched this ad a few times, and I really was scratching my brain about why people were so upset about it, because I watched it and I'm like, well, isn't that great of a marketing campaign? And it's funny because it's led to the point now where people are trying to boycott Pepsi. And it's funny because it was just a week ago that we had hashtags on Twitter and YouTube said, "Thank you, Coke." And this is the type of ad Pepsi wanted to pull from YouTube. An ad that really didn't make sense. And truthfully so. I come from a business background. I know marketing. I know how to, convey a message through a commercial or through an ad, and I just was disappointed with this ad from the beginning. I thought it was a very confusing ad, and I was trying to figure out what it was trying to display. So you've got Kendall Jenner, who's doing a photo shoot. For those who haven't seen it, I suggest go watch it, but I'm going to kind of explain it right now. You've got Kendall Jenner doing a photo shoot, and then you've got a peaceful rally or a peaceful protest that's just saying conversation, peace. People with signs, people smiling, they're happy, they're protesting, they're using their right to protest. All of that is great, and I think that everyone should use that right to protest when they disagree with things, because I think that's how real change happens, is by peaceful protest, not by violent protests. And that's the key about this video, is this is a peaceful protest. So the video continues, Kendall Jenner is sparked by this protest, and she's like, well, whatever. And you see Pepsi, there's this photographer, I don't want to, I guess, I'm going to say she's Muslim, but I don't want to say that she isn't, but I'm just going to assume she's Muslim. And she's a photographer, and she's upset with the photos that she has, so she goes down to this rally, and she starts taking photos. And then Kendall Jenner grabs a Pepsi and she walks up to a police officer standing there, just making sure to keep an orderly control of the of this protest, and making sure that it doesn't get violent, and making sure that if they have to escalate force, they will. He's just standing there, arms crossed, and she hands him a Pepsi, and that's the end of the ad. And I sat there after, I'm like, well, I don't know what kind of message you're trying to convey with this ad, Pepsi, but okay. I'm not upset with it. I don't know why people are upset with it. I couldn't actually rationalize why people were so mad about it. Then I read, the boycott Pepsi hashtag. I searched up Pepsi on Twitter, and people think the ad's racist, and they think it's oppressive versus black people and to minorities. They showcased minorities everywhere. They're saying all walks of life protest, and they all want peace and unity, and that sometimes sharing a simple gesture, and this is what I take away from the ad, sharing a simple gesture with the person on the other side is fine. You guys might not always agree, but you can all enjoy the simple things in life. It's like two soldiers who are battling, and they can see the brutality of what they've done, and they still understand the humanity inside of each other. I think that's one of the strongest things from Battlefield 1, is that scene right at the end of the first mission where you've got the two guys holding guns to each other, and they just drop them. They didn't want to kill each other, they just didn't shoot, and then it pans away. And I thought that was a very powerful message. And that's kind of what this ad's about. It's to try to show unity between everyone. Police officers, protesters, people of all different races and all walks of life. That's what this video is about. And Pepsi's just using their product as a unity to bring it all together. But no, this is oppressive against black people. This is oppressive against the minorities. And I'm trying to figure out why. I'm trying to figure out how that was what you got out of it. Because for me, I don't see that. And maybe it's because I'm white. And maybe it's because I'm a white supremacist, which I'm not. But maybe it's... I don't see it because I don't know what oppression feels like. I don't know. But I have a very hard time understanding how you take away a racist vibe from that video. And I'm really curious to know what you guys thought of it. I'm really curious to know what you think of this video, and whether or not it is racist, or whether or not it is oppressive. And I think a lot of people thought, well, this is what you think of protesting, is well, this is saying that police brutality is all right. No, that's not what the video is about. The video is about unity, and it's bringing people together. It's not to say that police brutality is fine. But we also have to remember that every time there's police brutality, it's not unprovoked. Sure, is it sometimes it's unprovoked? Sure. Is it sometimes disproportionately against the minorities? Sure, I can agree with you there. But to say every time police brutality happens, it's unprovoked? No, it's probably provoked. Is every time the police brutality against minorities, is it provoked? Probably not every time, but sometimes. We can't just say there's one innocent party every time. There's probably two guilty parties when this kind of thing happens. So let's have that conversation. So I don't think that it's mean to the protesters and saying that it's stepping on graves of people who've died in the past from protesting. Like, for me, I don't see that as the message of the video, and I don't know how you can, how this video is for you. I don't know how it becomes a racist message and how it becomes a message against protesting. It's showing that peaceful protests get zero response from police officers because they're doing their job, and the peaceful protesters are doing what they're supposed to do by just protesting peacefully. And I believe in your right to protest 100%. So what is actually wrong with it? And I tried to figure it out, and I still can't. I still can't figure out what has people outraged, because to me it's just a really bad ad. That's the way I look at it. I just don't think it's a very good ad. I think that Pepsi missed the mark with this ad, because for me it doesn't really provide me with any type of solid marketing. Yeah, I know your brand's Pepsi, but I don't really know what you're going for with this ad. I understand the overall message was supposed to be unity, and people from different things can enjoy different things, and I understand that. That was very, very basic. But I just don't think the ad did a very good job of conveying his message clearly enough. And I think that's where part of the outrage comes from. I think you would have had less outrage if you're able to properly convey this message. My personal opinion. And hell, I don't work in a marketing department. I'm not an advertiser for Pepsi or for any company for that matter. But that's just my opinion from studying it in school, that the message was just not properly conveyed. I think there's a strong message in this video. I think that it could have been conveyed properly, but unfortunately it wasn't, and that's part of the problem with this video. Is if it was able to be conveyed better, I don't think you would have had this outrage. And where I lie on this is I just think it was a bad ad. I don't think that it was racist. I don't think that it was trying to highlight and glorify police brutalities with protests. Not what I think at all. So I hope you guys can understand my point of view. I'm really curious to know what your guys' point of view is on this video. Let me know down below with a comment. And always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, can you please hit that like button? If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. And until next time, guys, Combat signing off. Peace.